Hey everybody! Welcome to my new Let's Play of Pokemon Blue version. Before I start this, I want to say happy 30th to the Pokemon franchise, of course, which is the main reason I ended up doing this. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and... I had a saved game here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set text speed to fast, because of course. Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Prof. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name? I'm not going to go with any of these names. Well, I'll just go with my name, why not? This is my playthrough after all. So as to why I'm doing this is obviously the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and I've actually been wanting to do a Pokemon game for quite a while, actually. This is my grandson. He's been rivals since your baby. What is his name again? I'm just going to call him Blue in true Gen 1 fashion. No, his name is not Gary, it's Blue, because Gary is from the anime, not the games. Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! Let's go! Alright, so yeah, here we are playing Pokemon Blue version. Now, first thing you want to do is withdraw a potion here. Some Pokemon games have potions in the PC at the very beginning. Some do not, but this is one of them that does. Yeah, as for why I'm doing it, mostly because of the 30th anniversary, but also because, like I said, I wanted to do a Pokemon game for a while now. And I did want to do the Gen 3 remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green, but I decided to do it in Gen 1 instead, just because I wanted to pay tribute to the original releases, and also because there's a bunch of broken stuff that I want to show off in Gen 1, so here we go. Right, all boys leave home someday. It is said so on TV. Prof. Oak next door is looking for you. And of course, like good parenting, she's going to listen to exactly what the TV said and let me go outside by myself. I'm 10 years old after all. I can fend for myself. Let's go! Hey, wait, don't go out. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Wow, the local professor cares more about me than my own mother does. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Blue? Let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Adi. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha. They are inside the Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. In my old age, I have only 3 left, but you can have one. Choose! Hey, Gramps, what about me? Be patient, Blue. You can have one too. So in this world, is it just custom to care about other kids rather than your own? Okay, anyways. We have 3 choices between Pokemon here. We have Charmander, the lizard Pokemon. Obviously prefers hot places when it rains. Steam is said to sprout from the tip of its tail. This is a fire-type Pokemon. I'm just going to go with the assumption that everybody knows how Pokemon works because it's literally the most popular multimedia franchise in the entire world. So I don't think I really need to explain anything, but... Fire-type Pokemon, Fire-type starter. Let's see the other options. This is Squirtle, Water-type starter. It will specialize in more defensive stats. I don't want Squirtle. And finally, Bulbasaur, the Grass-type starter. It's the only one of these 3 that starts off having 2 typings, which is Grass and Poison. So you want the Plant Pokemon. So these are kind of ordered in difficulty. Charmander is the hard difficulty of this game, Squirtle is the medium difficulty, and Bulbasaur is the easy difficulty. Mainly because of the type of Pokemon that the main trainers will use against you. Charmander has a really hard time at the beginning, which obviously means that I'm going to choose it, right? This Pokemon is really energetic. And I can't think of a good nickname, so I'm just going to say no. I'll take this one then. you get a fanfare if he got a Pokemon. I don't care. Wait! Let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I took you on. Alright, and here we have our first instance of a battle. Pokemon is an RPG, of course, so turn-based battles are going to be commonplace here. And, of course, because this is Pokemon Blue, all the sprites are blue. If this was Pokemon Red, all the sprites will be red. But anyways, we're going to start off using Scratch here. These battles are not going to be too remarkable starting off because you don't have any elemental moves, so none of the weaknesses or strengths will really play a role into these first few battles just because, again, like I said, you don't have any elemental moves. You start off with two moves as Charmander. You start off with Scratch, which obviously is a direct attack, and Growl, which will lower the opponent's attack one stage. Your stats during a battle can go up or down a total of 6 stages. And we gained a level up, obviously that will mean that our stats increase every level up. What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon! And I got 175 yen for winning, even though it's technically Poké Dollars. I guess that's like the common term for it, but it's pretty much just yen, especially in the original red and green Japanese release. Anyways, now that we've got our own Pokemon, let's go tell our mother about this. Man, I must have paid off my mortgage. It's my house now. You should take a quick rest. Oh good, you and your Pokemon are looking great. Take care now. Well, I guess nothing else to do but go up north. Here we go on our first route, and walking into tall grass, we can encounter wild Pokemon. A wild Rattata has appeared. Now, Rattata, it's pretty standard Pokemon. It's just a normal type. You're going to see a lot of these going forward, though, so get used to seeing them. One of the most unique things about this franchise is that, unlike other RPGs like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, well, Final Fantasy, it depends on the game, because if you choose 1, 3, or 5, then you can choose your own party members, but something unique that Pokemon does is that you can spot whatever you want to use in the wild, and you can catch it to add it to your own team. However, unfortunately, we do not have any ways to catch any more team members yet. So, for right now, let's go ahead and to the mart, which is where you want to go here. Nothing ever tells you to go into here, but as soon as you step in, hey, you came from Pallet Town? You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Will you take it to him? Giving someone else's mail to a child, that is breaking several laws, but you know what? Doesn't matter. We live in a world where our own parents care more about every other child in their vicinity except for me, so you know what? I don't think morality is really a question in this universe. Oh, Audie, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to like you a lot. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What? You have something for me? We delivered the parcel! Ah, this is the custom Pokeball I ordered. Thank you. Gramps! What did you call me for? Oh, right, I have a request of you two. On the desk there is my invention, Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Audie and Blue, take these with you to make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream, but now I'm too old. I can't do it. Hey, people say that I'm too old to do it. Guess what I'm doing right now? So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Becoming biologist at 10 years old. My dream. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Adi, I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Ha ha ha. Now that is a complete lie. You do need me, because what if I find version exclusive Pokemon that you cannot? Okay, I guess I should explain that, yeah. A lot of these games come in dual releases because one version has Pokemon that the other version doesn't, and that's how they get you. That's how they get you. You either have to have friends that like the same thing, or buy both the versions yourself, which I unfortunately had to do the latter. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Here, this will help you. I'm not saying I don't have friends, I'm just saying I don't have friends that like the same thing, so obviously, if I want to catch them all, I'm going to have to fork out the extra $1. Which is actually, if you guys have seen my shorts, it's a journey that I've been undertaking the past year, and it's going pretty smoothly thanks to Pokemon Legends ZA. I finally got the mythical Pokemon that I've been... Oh, here's a Pidgey. I've gotten the mythical Pokemon that I would have been missing in Gen 6. Which, yes, I know you can hack to get them, but, like, come on. Who wants to hack? The furthest I went is to put the Aurora ticket in my Fire Red cartridge event. And even then, that's kind of, like, seen as still as official as you can get. I did the R4 card thing. Don't tell Nintendo. I guess that's a good segue into my experiences with this series. How did I get into it and all that jazz? I guess a good thing to start off with is, since I'm an '05 baby, of course, my first exposure to the series was actually Generation 5 Unova. And I distinctly remember going to Walmart, like, late at night, and then just seeing this, like, weird looking orange and black bunny, which, yes, I thought Tepig was a rabbit when I was a kid. And I distinctly remember thinking it was super cool. And then I went to get a Happy Meal, and I got the same looking bunny, Tepig, as a toy. And I find out that it can breathe fire, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And then, fast forward to school, I'm talking about this toy and everything, and my friend says, "Oh yeah, that's the guy in my new DS game, Pokemon Black version." And I'm like, "Oh shoot!" You know, obviously when you're a kid, you want everything you want everything your friends have. So I'm like, "Oh my god, I need to get this game right now." Go home, ask my parents, beg them for like forever, and then eventually we go, and then we go to GameStop, and then we go buy the game, and then they say, "Oh, we don't have a Pokemon Black version, we have Pokemon White version though." And I'm like, "No, I want Black." But completely unaware that they're both the same game except with minor differences. Even though I guess Gen 5 kind of started the trend of changing up the story a little bit between versions, not just the available Pokemon pool. Well, not really changing up the story. Opelucid City is like really the only major difference, I guess. And there's different story events a little bit. And then, yeah, so I ended up getting White version instead of Black version. No, sorry, I ended up getting Black version instead of White version, bleh. And then the rest is history. I've played pretty much all of the games up to this point, except the only ones I haven't played are Gen 8 and 9, because I just have not gotten around to play them, but I played every other generation, of course. Anyways, now that I'm done doofing around, let's go ahead and head on over up here. If you didn't deliver the parcel, there would be, I believe this guy would be blocking the road because he hadn't had his morning coffee. In the Japanese version, though, it said that he was drunk on the side of the road, so that's nice. And we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna show these first few battles just because I mean, this is a new series, obviously, so I want to show as much of the game as possible. But later on, I'll start cutting out these non-consequential battles just because they're going to eat up too much of the game time. Ooh, critical hit. There we go. Critical hits double your level, account for the stats that would be for that doubled level, and then use those stats for an attack, which is kind of a weird way to do critical hits, but that's how this game does them. Anyways, I guess now that we got that, I should explain the stats. Now, attack is pretty self-explanatory. That's the physical damage output that you have. Defense is how well you take physical damage. Speed is what determines who goes first in a battle. Higher speed goes first. If it's a tie, it's a coin flip between who goes first. And special is kind of interesting. Now, special would usually be divided into special attack and special defense in other games, but in this game, it's one stat, which is the special stat. And it effectively acts as both. So Charmander here will both dish out special attacks at 13 and also take special hits at 13. Which, because of that stat distribution, it actually makes a lot of Pokemon really powerful in this generation, which then get heavily nerfed in the remake Fire Red and Leaf Green. So a lot of good Pokemon like Ninetales, Victory Bell, and I'm blanking on another example that was nerfed due to that change, but Hypno. All three of those Pokemon really good in this gen, not good at all in Gen 3. So that is very disappointing to hear, except for Hypno, because I've never really been a fan of Hypno, but hey. Hey, you have Pokemon, come on, let's battle them! And here we have our first instance of a trainer battle. Now, trainer battles are basically wild battles, except they have higher levels. You cannot catch any of their team members because stealing is bad, of course. And you cannot run away. So if you are close to dying, you pretty much have to take the death because... Oh, crap. Okay, good. He used Poison Sting there, and he could have poisoned me, but luckily it didn't. Poison, you could imagine from playing any other RPG, will slowly drain your health over time, and in this generation at least, it will damage you for some steps that you take outside of battle. I believe in Gen 6 they made it so that it only hurts you in battle, but this gen until Gen 5, it will hurt you outside of battle as well. And String Shot is lowering my speed, which is bad on its own, but also critical hits are tied to speed in this game, so the lower speed you have, the less chance you have to critical hit. Gosh, come on, bro. I wish I've already learned Ember so I could just burn this guy to the ground. Come on. There we go. Yeah, despite my impatience, RPGs are one of my favorite video game genres. So, oh, there we go! Finally, we learned Ember. Now, we are getting close to 20 minutes, so I would like to cut the episode off here, but we just learned Ember, so I kind of want to just do at least one battle with Ember, so let's go. You seem like a good candidate. Yo, you can't jam it out if you're a Pokemon trainer. Alright, Bugcatcher wants to fight. This is also a generation before they started giving them names, so they don't have names, they're just titles. Anyways, Ember is a fire type move. Weedle here is a bug poison type. Now, poison doesn't really matter for this, but bug does, because bug is weak against fire, so now this will do double damage. And also that takes advantage of a mechanic that I haven't explained yet, which is stab or same type attack bonus. Pretty much, if the move you use is the same type as the Pokemon you're using, it will multiply the damage by 1.5. So we're effectively doing times 3.5 damage here. And that's a Kakuna. That's what Weedle evolves into. Evolution is a whole other thing to explain. Once Pokemon reach a certain level, they will evolve and their stats will grow significantly, and they'll advance to the next stage, learn more moves, and pretty much it's a good thing across the board, except for certain Pokemon, but those are very, very situational things. So, for the most part, evolution is a good thing. Anyways, now that I've properly shown off a battle with elemental powers, I think I'm going to call this first episode of Pokemon Blue here. Next time on Pokemon Blue, we're going to make it through the Viridian Forest. See you guys next time.